I'm Ashton Addison from EventChain for Investment Pitch Media and the Crypto Coin Show. And today on Blockchain Interviews, we have Dohyun Pak, the CEO of BiFi Finance. Dohyun, welcome to the show, and it is a pleasure to have you here today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Ashton.
I would love to just kick off the interview by learning a little bit more about BiFi Finance, the overview and the focus, and BiFrost, and how those two platforms are interacting with each other.
Okay, first of all, BiFi is a DeFi platform based on BiFrost. Well, BiFi seeks to build the financial infrastructure that connects all financial market of every blockchain, which is, fragmented right now. And in recent years, DeFi has emerged as a system that automates the flow of assets with smart contracts, like allowing cryptocurrencies to be traded, borrowed, and leveraged. And in short, DeFi can realize the potential of cryptocurrencies, and we are working to lay the groundwork for the future of finance. And but the fundamental limitation of blockchain right now and the DeFi right now is the lack of interoperability and scalability
Mm-hmm.
between different blockchains. To solve this, we are focusing on enabling interoperability and among all blockchains and connecting all crypto financial markets. And that's what BiFi is, and also the basic technology is BiFrost. Well, I explain more if you ask, some other questions.
Definitely, and I think that's a great introduction, Doyen.
Mhm.
And interoperability is definitely something that needs to be worked on right now, and I'm glad that that's part of the focus. And I will ask a little bit about that in a short while here. Now, in terms
Mhm.
of the platform functionality for BiFi, can you just talk about where you're at right now? Is it live, and what kind of functions in terms of decentralized finance are you able to achieve as a user of the platform?
Mhm. Well, BiFi is you can go to the website app.bifi.finance and you can try it. It's beta right now, but it's fully working. And in BiFi, it's a lending protocol like Aave or Compound. So
Mm-hmm.
if you have ever used Aave or Compound, it's very easy. And we have three services: lending, pooling, and staking.
Mm-hmm.
Pooling is user can borrow and deposit against their collaterals. User can earn interest on their deposits as well as BiFi tokens as incentives.
Mm-hmm.
And pooling, it's simple. You can provide liquidity to a BiFi Ether pair or BFC Ether pair and get incentives. And on staking, users can stake BFC token and get BiFi as an incentive. Well, actually, what's next on our roadmap is multi-chain lending and wallets. So gradually, we are planning to add more advanced financial services like insurance, funds, derivatives, and DEX. So we're going to do lots of things from now on. And
Definitely.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and so it's great that you have those multi-chain lending. I think that's going to be a competitive advantage. I'm curious, you mentioned Aave and Compound. Those platforms are really large right now. I'm not familiar with how much they have focused on interoperability per se, but
Mhm.
is that what you see as one of the unique competitive advantages of BiFi, or do you also have other competitive advantages compared to other DeFi and lending platforms?
Mhm. Well, the most important differentiation of BiFi is simple. As I told you lots of times, multi-chain technology
Mm-hmm.
will become the truly first multi-chain DeFi project that enables financial exchanges between different blockchain protocols. So, okay, utilizing the power of multi-chain technology, BiFi will not only connect to Ethereum or BSC, Binance Smart Chain, which as it is right now, but also like Polkadot, Clay,
Mm-hmm.
and ultimately Bitcoin. Connecting the entire fragmented DeFi ecosystem, not wrapping it, not bridging it. We're gonna connect it directly. That's our the most important differentiation of BiFi comparing to others.
Very cool. And you mentioned Binance Smart Chain there. I was reading that you've already integrated with Binance Smart Chain, and a lot of the platforms are based on Ethereum, and there is some congestion there. But it seems like they have the network effect for the most decentralized finance platforms. Is there a specific reason that you decided to first go with Binance Smart Chain as the lending protocol?
Well, as you know, as Ethereum has grown in popularity, users are experiencing extremely high gas fee even now. Even hitting in the record for the high cost this year. This limits how much DeFi can grow. So, and each blockchain has its own upside and downside. While Ethereum has risen in high transaction costs, but while BSC allows for faster and cheaper transactions, and that's why. And there is also a problem connecting to a different token and other different blockchain network. And currently, the only way to trade between other protocol, especially Bitcoin, is the wrapping. But and even with the BSC, you can use BiFi service through BSC, like Bitcoin. But what we are going to try is connecting it directly. And the reason that we are connecting BSC for the as a first step is because it offers the faster and even cheaper transaction. But some people say that BSC connecting BSC is not really a DeFi like fundamentally, but who knows?
Yeah, I think there's a balance between centralized and decentralized, especially when you're from the get-go. And there's a reason why Binance Exchange, as a centralized exchange, is one of the most popular exchanges because of that user experience and easier adoption, lower barriers to entry. So I can see why you would do that. Now, in the platform, you have the BiFi token, but you also have the BFC token. And it's interesting that you have a two-token model and you have the interaction of these platforms. Can you talk a little bit about the differences between them and the functionalities within the ecosystem? And does it create a sustainable ecosystem?
Yeah, that's a very good question because everybody asks me about the difference of those two tokens. Uh, Ultimately, the BiFrost is a multi-chain middleware platform. So to use BiFrost, you have to pay BFC. So which means, for example, developers should pay BFC for using multi-chain middleware to develop and operate their dApps, based on BiFrost, which can minimize your gas fee and interoperate with other blockchains. So BFC is for the token for BiFrost, and BiFi is governance token for BiFi service. So as BiFi's multi-chain is powered by BiFrost, BiFi will periodically purchase BFC with BiFi and pay it to BiFrost. So BiFi should pay by BFC to BiFrost. And fundamentally, as BiFrost begins to support more dApps, because it's a multi-chain middleware, it will support other dApps other than BiFi. The user will have to pay their fees in BFC. And as BiFi service grows, the multi-chain DeFi service fee will be charged in BiFi token. Then BiFi will pay BFC to BiFrost. It's complicated, but not that much. Yeah.
And right now, the platform is in beta, as you mentioned. In terms of early adoption for user adoption, but also for developers, do you see organic growth coming for the platform, or how are you going to incentivize developers to develop dApps on BiFrost?
Well, for the developers, basically, I think we are the only one and the first, the true multi-chain middleware. We are not blockchain. We are not building the main needs of blockchain. What we are doing is just provide the platform to the that developers so that they can use more than one blockchain all at once. So for the developer, it's really hard, but all we can do is we're gonna provide a very nice circumstances so that they can use our services, and they don't even have to use our languages. Well, we developed our own language, but they don't have to use it. All they have to do is they can, provide their dApps and, with our, wizard, they can easily use BiFrost. And also for the BiFi user, the key element to the user and community expansion is for us right now is BFC bot, which is a Telegram chatbot. And with that chatbot, we have more than like now 90,000 wallets connected
Wow.
by that chatbot. And if our BiFrost wallet, which is multi-chain wallet, is if we provide our service with the BiFrost wallet, then they will come to us and they will automatically convert their BFC K coin, which is our reward for BFC bot, and they'll be our users. So we already have more than 90,000 users, in the beginning, and it will grow very fast. It will grow like exponentially.
Definitely. And I think that's a great start, especially with Telegram because it's so popular right now. And to have that in the beta is advantageous. Now, in terms of the next steps for the development and moving towards the mainnet, I know there's always a lot going on, and dates aren't always finalized. But do you have a tentative roadmap of what are the next steps to be released, and then the road to the mainnet?
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have our roadmaps, and you can see it, but for detail, while BiFi in its initial stages is most like Compound or Aave, it's pretty similar because it's based on ERC20, and even though we connect BSC to the Bifrost, but to BiFi, it's pretty similar. And our second phase is enabling multi-chain transaction, and it will create an entirely new set of DeFi products and services. To allow this multi-chain DeFi, we'll also, as I told you, release our multi-chain wallet, and it will expand our ecosystems. Regarding Bifrost, the development environment has now added DeFi-specific features in security and QA, and we are planning to open its perspective to multi-chain DeFi developers, as well as connecting other DeFi projects on Bifrost to grow entire business as a whole. So they're all set to be released this year, or at least early next year.
Very cool, Dohyun. And in terms of when that's released and having developers use it and having widespread adoption of BiFi and the decentralized finance products that are built into the platform, what do you think will be one of the key factors to success that you and your team will need to focus on to achieve that level of success?
Okay. Well, there are a few projects or a few companies that are trying to release, multiple ecosystem that connects other blockchains. But Bifrost approach is wholly different from competing. Competing. It's a wholly different with the competitors. We do not believe that the future of blockchain is one chain wins all game. It's like, we have to grow the pie of the whole industry. And the key to the long-term success is to truly connect blockchains. Well, there are lots of blockchain projects newly coming in, which is so great. And BiFi will interoperate among different blockchains and will be able to easily switch to other blockchains, making them truly interoperable, scalable, and flexible. So, the key factor is gonna be the flexibility of our own, and we're not gonna stop developing, and we're not gonna stop researching other protocols, other good projects.
Great answer, Doyen. Thank you for that.
Mhm.
And for developers that are looking to learn more about Bifrost, and for users that are looking to learn more about BiFi and the lending products and decentralized finance products that you have available already right now, what's the best way for them to get involved with that and to get involved with the BiFi community?
Okay, first of all, you can come to our platform website, which is at BiFi Finance, or I can give you the website information. And users can read our Medium blog, where we update most of our important announcements. And you can also join our Telegram group. I told you we have Telegram bot, and we have two big Telegram group in a global. The first one is like just the Telegram group, and the other one is AMA group, so that you can ask anything, and our team member will answer any questions almost immediately. We have lots of members, and I can provide the link, and please uh, provide the audience after this show.
Definitely, Dohyun. I will put those links in the description box below. So thank you for that. All the best with BiFi and BiFrost moving forward, and let's follow up in the near future.
Okay, thank you very much.